You're watching BBC World.
Southern African leaders warn Zimbabwe the land crisis could destabilize the region. They tell President Mugabe end confrontations over land ownership. A suicide bomb in Istanbul kills 2 policemen and injures 20. And conflicting reports about Afghanistan's main opposition commander after an attempt to kill him. Welcome to BBC World News. I'm Philip Hayton. African pressure on Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe is intensifying. In Mr. Mugabe's own capital, Harare, Malawi's president said that Zimbabwe's often violent campaign to seize white-owned farms threatened to seriously damage regional economies. Heads of states from 5 neighbouring... You're watching BBC World News. Still to come on this programme, Germany's defence minister and the Baroness. Rudolf Scharping defends himself against accusations that he used military planes to visit his girlfriend.
Hello, US stocks have held the line amid stormy seas in stock trading around the world. I've got the numbers just ahead, but first, though, one of President Bush's economic advisors has told the BBC it is not recession, it feels like it in the United States. He is Glenn Hubbard, giving a speech in New York to economists on this day. He did say, however, that it's clear growth will come, and perhaps as early as the end of this year.
I don't think we are in or headed toward a recession, but it definitely feels that way. The very high rates of growth we saw in the late 1990s are not what we're seeing today.
It's comparative.
No, exactly. The present slowdown began in mid-2000 and has really been quite marked. In the administration, we view the economy as turning around, though, toward the end of this year and certainly in 2002.
In other news, the US stock market held steady amid some volatile times for investors around the world. Friday was the big sell-off, economic numbers sparking that sell-off. Monday saw some very choppy trading in Asia and in Europe. In a moment, you'll see the European markets retreated from near 3-year lows. On this day, some stocks, including Microsoft, Dell, and Intel, moving higher, but overall, the indices were flat. And this is the numbers in New York. The Dow Jones is pretty much unchanged. The Nasdaq's up 7. In Europe, it was news from a Nokia supplier that helped turn things round a bit. The indices are lower, but had been worse than that. From the BBC's business desk in New York, that's it.
You're watching BBC World News. A reminder of our main headlines. Southern African leaders warn Zimbabwe that the land crisis could destabilize the entire region. And a suicide bombing in the center of the Turkish city of Istanbul kills 2 policemen and injures many more. The Chinese Prime Minister Zhu Rongji is in Moscow for talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. China and Russia have put aside years of rivalry in recent months in the face of American plans to develop a new missile defense system. This is BBC World News. Football, Glasgow Rangers must wait until Tuesday before discovering where the first leg of their first-round UEFA Cup tie will be played. Rangers are due to play FC Anji in Dagestan. Before we go, the main news again. Southern African leaders have warned that the recent violence in Zimbabwe could destabilize the whole region. And that's it. That's all from us here in London for now.
Hello there. Typhoon Danas has been threatening Japan for several days now. Not too difficult to find the storm system on the satellite imagery. We're homing in here on this swirl of cloud. The storm has actually now made landfall very close to Tokyo, bringing not only heavy rain but some very strong and gusty winds, and it looks as though Honshu is going to get a battering, Hokkaido as well, as that storm moves northwards, eventually heading out into the northern Pacific by Thursday. So it looks as though Tuesday is going to be very wet and windy in Tokyo, but hopefully by Wednesday skies will be clearing, winds will be easing and the sun will be out once again. You can see a mixture of sunshine and showers elsewhere across Asia, and it looks as though we're going to see some rain in the southern hemisphere, in Australia. Another little area of low pressure bringing spring rains to southern Australia. Some of that rain is likely to be heavy and thundery. Now on the other side of the Pacific Ocean, some wintry weather for the southern tip of South America. And then as we move northwards, we're likely to see some inclement weather, or at least some wet weather in Santiago, brighter skies in Buenos Aires, and some thunderstorms up across the northern part of the Amazon basin. A lot of thundery activity in the northern Caribbean, and also a lot of showers close to Bermuda. Now, the reason for the showers in Bermuda, the remnants of that hurricane that passed by recently, Erin, looks as though it's going to miss the USA. It is heading northwards, not posing a threat at the moment, but we'll keep you posted on that. And on the other side of the states, it looks as though there'll be plenty of sunshine on the west coast. Of course, fall getting underway in the US and across in Europe. It looks as though autumn started. We've had some chilly nights in France and plenty of unsettled weather showing up on the city forecast there for northern Europe, but you'll still find some sunshine if you head south. Madrid and Athens seeing some sunshine over the next few days with temperatures around 30 degrees. A little bit warmer than that as we head down across the Sahara, but then temperatures fall back to around about 30 degrees where we've got those thundery showers in central parts of Africa, and it looks as though we could see a few showers in the Cape as well.
Asia Business Report brings you the latest news and in-depth analysis, the definitive guide. Trade up to Asia Business Report, minding your business, live from Singapore.
Next on BBC World.